Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. In today's topic, I am going to talk about the reasoning why steroids are not for everybody. But before we get into that, I just want to thank everybody out there for your support. I cannot thank you enough. I see it, and I don't forget anybody. I always tell people that leave me comments, I do not forget you, and I don't, and I can't thank you enough. The people that come back and back and back especially. If you haven't yet, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Anything that you can do to interact with the channel is going to help the channel to grow. All right, so this is a very, 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 very important topic. And as I said, it is just simply about steroids are just not for everybody. And there's a big misconception out there, and I get it. I really do. I think it's fair. You see videos about people's experiences. You see factual videos I do, plenty of videos that other people do. One of the things that I try to do, and it's very difficult for any teacher or anybody that talks about anything, you tend to just relate everything to yourself and your own experiences without factoring in the wide variety of difference amongst other people. And one of the reasons I feel like maybe I'm a little bit better at it than some, or why I try to really keep an open mind about everything, is because I have had so many clients over the years and so many interactions with different people, whether it's on social media, forums, people that I go do public speaking with, that I talk with. Whatever the case may be, I've been very blessed to interact with thousands upon probably hundreds of, actually for sure, hundreds of thousands of people over the years of totally different ilks, young, old, in shape, bad shape, certain conditions. I mean, you name it. I've dealt and come across almost everything. I think that there's always something that could catch you off guard or surprise you, but for the most part, I have been totally blessed to meet and discuss and talk to so many different types of people from so many different types of backgrounds, etc. And I find that to be something that most people maybe don't get to do, and it's just a true blessing. But what I do understand and know is that every single person can be an anomaly, or can be the thing that kind of goes against the grain, so to speak. So, for instance, if I start giving you facts about, when I lay out how to run cycles, well, those are great to go off of, right? But some people, A, could not handle certain doses, or B, simply cannot handle that particular compound in general. And some people just have no business even going near steroids at all, based upon several factors, whether it's lack of knowledge, lack of the right conditioning, medical history, certain conditions that they may have now that scream don't use steroids. There's a variety of reasons that I could go through. But just because there's a fact video put out does not mean that pertains to you. It doesn't. And unfortunately, and a lot of people will try to sit up here and look you in the eye and act like they have all the answers and their way is the only way, and yada, yada, yada. I have always tried to, over the years, and what I've learned to understand is that no teacher's perfect. Nobody that gets on here, no doctor, no genius, no Einstein knows everything. The people that you can trust are the ones that can admit when they're wrong, that can tell you that they don't know everything. I spent too many years bullshitting myself like I was the end-all, be-all God of knowledge, which I'm not. Okay, I'm not. And no other person is either. That would be for God and Jesus, which none of us are. And if you don't believe that, that's your own deal. I'm not going to get into that. And if you're on that realm, just understand there's no such thing as perfection then with a normal human being. And the people that are accountable are the people that you can rely on. And what I'm telling you is, unfortunately, a lot of this is trial and error. I can give you baselines. I can give you averages. I can give you numbers till I'm blue in the face. I can show you a study that argues one thing, and then I can show you a study that argues against it, because studies can be skewed. However, the person conducting the studies want them to be skewed. And that's how we develop arguments and irrationalities and all of that. Once again, I'm not going to get into that. But understanding that your body is different than mine and mine is different than yours. It's just like with diets and training. it's great to go pick up a muscle and fitness magazine or listen to people that want to give you cookie cutter advice and give you a standard or a baseline to go with. That's all and well. Whatever it is, what it is. The simple fact remains with diets, especially, and with body reactions, everything needs to be structured and tailored to the specific individual because there's so many different factors and things change as you age and, different types of rationale that you would follow or guidelines change depending on certain scenarios. So some steroids, you might be able to use some steroids. You might be able to use even like a D ball fine with the estrogen conversion or a T ball, but then you go to a DHT like a Winstrol and Anavar and you find that it's wrecking your hair because you're prone to male pattern baldness, where some people can run them all day and have no problem. Some people will find that, something that converts to estrogen really is harder on them than somebody else, or that some orals, even Anavar, they can't handle. They're just toxicity's too much. And I say even Anavar because it's considered more mild, but it's still heavily toxic. It comes down to understanding your body, taking it slow, and this is one of the reasons why I say, especially on a first cycle, to only run testosterone, one compound, and learn your body response. See how it's handling it. See, without putting too much on it at once. Otherwise, if you're throwing multiple things at it, you really don't know what's doing what. You can assume and make assumptions based upon certain side effects, but it's not a guarantee. And that's always my concern with misuse, overuse, and thinking that you can just do anything and everything based upon what I say or somebody else says, because it's not reality. The reality is that some people are going to be able to handle much more than others. Some people are going to respond to certain things where they're not. I've seen people that will say, I just don't respond to equipoise, for example. And then some people think it's the greatest compound that there is. And they use the same product, the same quality, the same dosing. That's just life. Some people are really good at electronics. Some people are really good at like being a mechanic where somebody wouldn't know anything about it. Well, everybody's body is also different. There's some generalities and things that you can go on, but when it comes to putting like a foreign anabolic substance into your body like this, man, let's just keep it real and just be honest about it. There's no true way to really know until you actually do it and try it. And for some people, it's not worth that risk. I'm certainly not encouraging steroid use. I'm simply trying to teach the proper ways. The best proper way is to just not use them. That's just the honest truth to what it is. But if you're gonna, then it's important to do it in the safest way and to understand your body and listen to your body. So, just understand that just because somebody else runs something, you're not going to necessarily see the same results. You're not going to necessarily see the same side effect. The whole shebang could be completely and utterly different. The important thing is that you understand that, you keep that in mind, you monitor things closely, and you stay on top of everything, and don't try to do too much too fast. That's all I can tell you. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And being in control and knowing what you're doing and not being careless is where it starts. So take all of the factors, all the health and everything else, and just understand that everybody's different and that things can go completely different than somebody else's experience. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.